Tyler S. Crypto Original. Litecoin, crypto, Bitcoin, Digibyte, Litecoin, crypto, Litecoin, Bitcoin, Digibyte, crypto.
Alright, I hope everyone is doing well. Today is Thursday, July 12th, 2018. We're going to start off just really briefly looking at the market. Of course, we're going to have to talk about Litecoin today. Two really cool things I'm sure you've already heard about, but they're really exciting and I definitely want to talk about them. Also going to sprinkle in some DGB as well. I know you guys like that. I want to cover something kind of in continuation that I talked about maybe 2 or 3 videos ago about Ledger, the company, and people that are interested in Ledger and, being a part of it, including Google. Siemens, I believe, was another one. We'll get into that article as well. And yeah, we'll just jump into it right now. So first I want to take a look at the global market cap. We're a few billion down from yesterday. Market cap is currently $244.8 billion US dollars. Litecoin down 1.5%, the least of the top 6, least of the top 10 excluding Tether. And if we go all the way down here, Digibyte's still holding up pretty strong, 31st spot at 3.8 cents here. So I want to jump into this really quickly. This was just posted on the cryptocurrency Reddit there, and I thought it was pretty cool. This is a building of the National Bank of Slovakia last night. Thought it was pretty cool, just a big Bitcoin symbol there. So before we get into the Litecoin and kind of some Digibyte information, mainly Litecoin though, a lot of good news continuing to come out from Charlie Lee and the Litecoin Foundation today, but I just want to jump into this first. So I talked a little bit about this in a previous video about Ledger generating a ton of profit, 30 million about, from just hardware wallets. The Ledger Nano S in particular I think is more popular than the Ledger Blue, and they plan to launch a crypto custodian service. So this article is posted today. It was posted by Zachary on bitcoinnews.com, and if we just skip down to the last paragraph, I just want to cover this part. The biggest move that Ledger is planning is the launching of Kamenu in partnership with Japanese financial giant Nomura, which will be a full-fledged cryptocurrency custodian service. Cryptocurrency custodian services are considered the final barrier to mainstream institutional investment, which could release a tremendous amount of money into the cryptocurrency markets. Coinbase, BitGo, and Zappo have already launched fully licensed and operational cryptocurrency custodian services, and it's cool to see that Ledger is kind of doing really well in terms of sales, and this is allowing them to kind of delve into other things as well. I saw a comment on the top of the cryptocurrency Reddit here, and it basically said that Ledger is selling shovels in the middle of a gold rush. It's kind of just a metaphor for the fact that the Ledger is pretty necessary in my opinion. You can always do a paper wallet or get a Trezor or a Keep Key or whatever hardware wallet or however else you want to store cryptocurrency, but I do really like Ledger. I've been talking about Ledger Live for a few days and how much I like that, the new update that just came out for your desktop. And yeah, overall, I definitely would recommend a Ledger. Again, if you do order one though, make sure that it's not been tampered with. There are a lot of ways you can go online to check. The information's out there, so if you do order one, make sure it's from the ledgerwallet.com. Otherwise, I wouldn't trust it 100%. And then if we just jump over to Charlie Lee's Twitter page here. So this was an interview he did on Cheddar, and he retweeted it here. It was only a few minutes, but he did a really good interview on Cheddar. I thought it was really good. Usually when he gets on and gives Litecoin exposure, I think that's really good for the community as well as Litecoin here. Talked a little bit about the German bank that they have a stake in, and yeah, just overall good information. I'll leave a link here. I mean, if you just go to Charlie's Twitter page, you can find all this information, but I'll leave a link to these tweets in particular in the description if you want to check them out. And the other big news today that I'm sure you heard of is that Robinhood added Litecoin as well as Bitcoin Cash to Robinhood's app. So I know that you can't actually take this cryptocurrency off of Robinhood, but there are some other perks, including no fees or anything like that. It's commission free. It's a cool app as well. It looks really cool. And also this is just another way of getting exposure. It's not the 100% ideal way to buy Litecoin, but again, this is going to open it up for more and more people. I believe 17 states currently can use Robinhood app, and I watched Dan's video earlier about PA because he was talking about Pennsylvania allowing it, and I've heard mixed comments. I've been trying to figure out if people are able to use it in Pennsylvania, and I'm not 100% sure. So if you're in Pennsylvania and you are using Robinhood, please let me know. I'm probably going to give it a shot later tonight. And so we will get back into Litecoin very briefly, but I wanted to jump over here to this article published on CryptoVest.com, written by Christine Masters. It's titled Digibyte on the Move, How High Will It Go This Time? So Digibyte keeps moving opposite to the general market slide on a bull run of its own, but how long can the trend survive? So if we just jump over to Digibyte's daily chart here, Digibyte is still looking pretty good at holding that momentum. Obviously, you can see some resistance here at the 200-day moving average. It's kind of where it stopped for a little bit. RSI is kind of decreasing a little bit, but like I said a few days ago, I wouldn't be surprised if it went down in the short term, but definitely could possibly continue to go up in the next week or two as well. I do think that's a huge possibility. So just looking at this chart, it's a lot prettier looking than looking at the Bitcoin chart here. You can just get a comparison. Bitcoin's kind of just on this rough kind of downtrend, but Digibyte, you can see, has had life coming into it for the past few months. So back to the article, Digibyte is maintaining its momentum and once again looks rather attractive during a bear market. Digibyte was in the green while other assets slid, growing by 2.85% overnight to 3.8 cents. However, the current relative spike in prices looks precarious as it happens on extremely low volume and even limited selling could crash the price. Digibyte is currently 31st in market cap, I believe. I can just double check to see if that's changed. Yep, 31st with a market cap of about almost $500 million, $404 million US. And yeah, the Digibyte project is gaining popularity as its mobile wallet has moved out of the beta phase and quickly ranked among the top rated apps on Google Play. However, Digibyte supporters warn that for a relatively low price coin, such temporary price spikes are not out of the question. The next step expected for Digibyte is a listing on Binance, and I think that would be huge. Right now, I've gotten all my Digibyte from Bittrex, which I also like Bittrex, but I 100% prefer Binance, and it's a much bigger exchange, in my opinion, a much more liked exchange from everyone that I've talked to about it and just my own experience. So if Digibyte would get added to Binance, which most likely I think is a possibility in the future, I think that would be really good for it. This time, the decentralized project aims for a no-fee listing and may become one of the assets with more limited pairings. However, the chances of a Binance listing are not immediate and are merely adding to the hype. Listing on Binance often translates into a dramatic short-term pump for coins, most probably caused by bot activity, then followed by a series of personal orders. This article kind of just also talks about maybe taking profit, which again I think could be a good idea. Digibyte is a little overextended on the RSI. It had a really good run. I still think it will go up in the future, but it's very possible in the short term, again, that it could see some downside. So, if it goes down, it's possible that it might be a good idea to sell now and maybe buy back in on the way up. I don't know if that's what I'm going to do just yet. I'm curious to see how everything plays out over the next day or two, but it says here, some still see Digibyte as being capable of climbing into the top 20 of coins and even in the top 10 if the current trend continues. At the moment, the price discovery for Digibyte is directed by trading on Bittrex and Poloniex, but Digibyte is one of the assets available through the Abra app. While the Abra app features synthetic digital assets, there's been talk of potentially allowing withdrawals of the coins themselves. All coins within the Abra app are backed by digital assets held by smart contracts. And remember, that smart contracts by Litecoin as well, one of the big things and the big surprise that Charlie was talking about back in December and that was announced a few months ago. And finally, I want to end on this. So I've heard a lot of people talking about the ETF. I've gotten a lot of comments about this, and I'll admit I don't know 100% if this is the case. I think it's kind of a rumor that's been spread around and kind of perpetuated itself. But it's in regards to the Bitcoin ETF decision potentially being made on August 10th, which would put it just around a little over a month away. Remember, an ETF is something I've been talking about, and many people have been talking about for a while, and it could really bring a ton of much-needed volume and interest back into the cryptocurrency market. And the author here is Christopher Walken. It was posted on the R Cryptocurrency Reddit. Again, I'll leave a link to this as well as everything in the description. Basically, what he says is apparently the August 10th date was posted on some website, CoinGape, where they claim a source said that will be when the SEC makes a decision. Unfortunately, that's impossible, even though much of the community now seems to be under the impression that it's a definitive date. The way this works is that the SEC issues a notice, which is then published in the Federal Register. As you will find stated clearly in the notice, the comment period is no less than 45 days from the date of publication in the Federal Register, not the date the notice is released by the SEC. The date of publication in the Federal Register was July 2nd. This means the comment period will last until at least August 16th. Bear in mind that it can be extended, and even once the comment period ends, the SEC will presumably need some time to finish reviewing comments and make a decision, so the actual date is likely sometime after that. Hope this is helpful and dispels any misinformation about the timing here. let this also be a reminder that the crypto space is filled with people who don't know what they're talking. Okay, so basically it ends, do your own research on everything always. So I'm just curious if other people have any knowledge of this, any opinions on this. I have never come out and outright said that like August 10th is the date, but I have gotten comments about that. And yeah, I'm just curious if there's any legitimacy to what Crypto for Walk-In here is saying or not.